Hey guys, welcome to a new video. I'm going to keep this video relatively quick. I'm going to be breaking down in a whiteboard format showing you, or explaining rather, how I use Instagram to increase the amount of sales that I get with print on demand. Alright, so essentially this works this way. I have a print on demand store. I'm not talking about TeePublic, I'm not talking about Redbubble, I'm not talking about Etsy, I'm not talking about any of these kind of stores. I'm talking about my own website. This is one store of many, and it's actually a general store. Now, a general store, when it comes down to print on demand, just generally means that the clothing designs are not all in one niche. And I'll give you an example. Like, let's say a niche of animals, okay? This general store doesn't have just animal designs. It has all kinds of designs in every single niche, okay? And as I'm creating this general store, and it has thousands and thousands and thousands of designs on them, the whole point of this store is that eventually it can be its own passive income generating machine. But the only way it can do that is with time, right? And time allows something to happen within the Google algorithm. That something is called SEO. Now, it's not going to do it by itself. Obviously, you have to do the actual work, and then you have to give it time for it to manifest into the algorithm. And the way that looks like is simple. I'll give you a perfect example. If I write an article on Google or an article on my website, Google's first gonna have to crawl the article, first find out that it exists, then index it, and then test where it needs to rank. So that testing phase could be 8, 10 months, etc. Same thing with different listings I have on my website. So if I sell a t-shirt, etc., it could take a year before people start visiting my website through that link of that specific t-shirt, which is perfectly fine. But I know that it's going to take time, and the more designs that I have over time, the more money I make over time. Does that make sense? And that's kind of a true, really, really useful source of passive income. But there's another way to make money, and it's more instantaneous. It's very, very quick compared to Google, and it's Instagram. So Instagram is social media, right? Instagram, IG. Now, the way IG works and Instagram works is the reason why I use Instagram, first of all, is because it's very, very effective. Out of all platforms, it is the most significant for the impulse buy. Okay, and specifically with organic traffic, not paid traffic, organic traffic. The reason why I say that is because if you do an analysis of paid traffic versus free traffic, Instagram is the most effective through organic traffic, and actually Instagram knows this, and that's why they don't allow that much organic traffic. So you might sit there and ask me, well, how do I gain organic traffic? Well, I'll explain that in just a second. But essentially, I have this website, and I want this to be the website. Okay, so this blue box here, let me go ahead and change the color of this, which this is a new whiteboard thing. Let's make it green. Okay, definitely not green. Let's see here. Do we have the option for colors? I don't even know, guys. Here it is. Okay, let's go with blue. Okay, so this blue thing right here represents my website. Okay, my website encompasses many different niches, topics, categories of clothing. Okay, it could be, and don't even think about the type of product. Don't think hoodie. Don't think t-shirt. None of that matters right now. I'm just talking about the niche. Let's just say animals niche. Let's go ahead and put animals here. All right. Let's say here stock trading niche. Okay. Let's say here mental health niche. I can create t-shirt designs in all these niches, and I can create thousands of them, literally. They could be on hoodies, they could be on t-shirts. When I say t-shirt designs, just designs in general. They could be on anything, posters, etc. Okay? So I have these niches as an example. Now, my store has over 10,000 designs right now on them. This is why I have Fantasy Labs. You guys know with Fantasy Labs, I create graphics. I use those graphics in my designs, right? And I let you guys use those graphics as well. Anyways, so with the animal niche, the stock niche, mental health niche, and so many other niches, what happens is there tends to be a lot of different designs in that niche on my store. And it's a category. So instead of 1 or 2 designs, it could have 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 designs on my website for that specific store. And so what happens is I have plenty of content to post on Instagram. So what do? I create an Instagram account for each of these niches, all right? For each of the niches. And the link in each Instagram account links to the category page of that clothing. Does that make sense? So if I have a animal's Instagram account. I'm growing the account on a daily basis, which I'll share how I do it. Okay, I'll talk about that. But I'm growing the account on a daily basis. All the posts are related to animals in some sort of way, whether it be pictures of my clothing, pictures of other animals, whatever the case may be. And when people click the link in the bio, it takes them to the animal page, the category page on my website. Okay? Then some buy, some don't buy. Who cares? The point is that it drives free traffic there. The free traffic is controlled by the amount of followers and visits and essentially impressions that I get. The more attention I get on Instagram, the more money I make. If I make 100,000 impressions that week on this account, then that means I have 100,000 potential customers. Obviously, most of them are not, because that's just the law of conversion rates and things like that. But what happens is if I have 20,000 impressions, that means I'm getting less sales. Do you see what I'm trying to say there? The number is irrelevant. The point is I'm getting less, right? If I have 20,000 impressions, that's less than 100,000. That means I have a less chance of making money. However, if you're making 20,000 impressions anyway, you might be getting a few sales here and there. Anyway, that's not the point. The point, or maybe more than a few sales, but you got my point. The numbers are irrelevant. The point is that more traffic leads to more sales, okay? So my goal inherently becomes more traffic. So what do? I create a retargeting ad. I place a pixel on my website that says any person who has visited my website and has clicked certain buttons and has added to cart, I want those, and has not checked out, I want those products to pop up in front of them. And where do I do that? I do that on Instagram. I do that on Facebook, right? And those people, if they added the product to the cart and they didn't check out, what does that mean? It means they were interested. Even if they're 5%, 10% interested, they're still interested. There's still money-making opportunities. For whatever reason they didn't purchase, doesn't matter. I'm willing to bet on it with my money, and I do, okay? And so I pay for these retargeting ads. What does that do? That makes a cheaper cost or a cheaper acquisition of traffic, okay? Now I get loads and loads of free traffic. You might ask me how, and I'll explain. So each of these accounts have their own growth, okay? Some might be growing 100 followers a day. Some might be growing 290 followers a day. Either way, doesn't matter. They're engaging with people. They're getting followers. And not all followers are buyers, by the way. And not all buyers are followers. Some people, they just want to go buy. I'll give you a perfect example. I buy stuff from Nike.com all the time. I don't follow them on Instagram. That's not the point. The point is that more attention equals more money. So each of these accounts, and I don't have just 3 accounts. I have many accounts. But each of these accounts lead to sales. And each of these accounts independently grow at their own speed because each market is a different size. Now, how do I grow these accounts? Well, I could have 2 things, but I'll tell you just what I do, is I post content on the account pretty frequently, and it's not just me. I have virtual assistants helping me, but anybody can do this alone. Especially if you have, like, let's say 5, 6, 7, 8 accounts on your own, you could do this alone. So you don't need a virtual assistant for that. But anyways, post content, and then what I use is an integration tool or a engagement bot. And I'll explain what that is. So I have a tool where I am engaging with people who are interested in what I have to offer, the content, right? So let's just draw a bunch of stick people here where I'm explaining how this works, okay? So let's say these guys represent Tom. We have Nancy, we have Jerry, and we have Frank, okay? We have Frank, Jerry, Nancy, and Tom. I can't even read my own handwriting, so let's just continue here. This represents my IG account related to animals. Tom, Jerry, Frank, and Nancy all love animals, and they follow a lot of animal accounts on Instagram. They engage with them, and they're customers related to animal content. They see my Instagram account, and the way that I get them to see my Instagram account is I engage with them. I go on their accounts, I follow them, I like some of their photos, whatever. I comment, whatever. Okay? I engage with them. They say, wait a minute, who is this account we've never seen before? Let's click on his profile. Now, all of these people now see my profile. Now, they're officially in my loop. And what I mean by in my loop is from an algorithmic standpoint, My loop means my vicinity. When I post something now, they're always going to see my content. Why? Because Instagram shows content to people that is either related or previously interacted with. So they have previously interacted with my content. So now these people, whenever I post a photo, they're going to see it. Maybe one day I post a photo of a design of a t-shirt of a product that they like. Let's say Tom likes and Tom buys. Jerry, Nancy, Frank didn't buy. 6 months later, I post another photo. Tom wasn't on Facebook for a little while, so he doesn't buy my product, but he bought once. And then Nancy sees a product she likes. She likes it a lot. She ends up coming to my profile. She sees my image. She clicks my link in bio, and she goes straight to the category page of my animal's Instagram. But this category page holds t-shirts, hoodies, posters, all related to the products that she likes. She finds the product that she likes, the thing that caught her attention on Instagram. She picks up a few other products. She purchases it. She's happy. She now has amazing products that she loves. And I'm happy I made a profit. You see what I'm doing here? This is an engagement system, okay? The reason why this is not spam or some garbage is because I'm engaging with people who are genuinely interested in what I have to offer. If they were never interested, they would never interact with me to begin with. Some might not follow right away, but they all see my account. And those people that do see my account, they're counted as an impression. So impressions are very, very important when it comes down to Instagram. They might not be as important if we're talking from a Google standpoint, like a Google Search Console standpoint, but from an Instagram standpoint, it's very, very effective, okay? On my blogging channel, I kind of spoke about why it's very important to not look at impressions when it comes to the Google Search Console, but for Instagram, it's very effective, okay? And what happens is just because somebody is a viewer and not a buyer now, that doesn't mean they won't be a buyer later. Hence why retargeting is very important. Hence why the Instagram system can help us with that. Now, if you're going to sell something expensive on Instagram, that's probably not the smartest thing to do. Like if you're going to sell yachts or you're going to sell MacBooks or you're going to sell something expensive, like something high ticket, it's not an idea to sell that product because high ticket items don't really sell well on Instagram. If I wanted to sell a $7,000 product, I wouldn't be going to Instagram to sell it. But you could bet your bottom dollar if I wanted to sell a t-shirt or a hoodie or a poster, Instagram is the perfect place to do it because it's not that expensive. So this is not my opinion. It's referred to as a low ticket item. There's a reason why you don't see Rolls-Royce advertising and paying for ads on Instagram. It's because they know their customers are not there, right? They go to aviation seminar. They go to aviation, what is it called? What are those things where you have like meetups and things like that? Whatever. People who want to buy private jets, they go there. They advertise their cars there. They don't go to Instagram to do it. So being that I'm in the print on demand space, Instagram is the perfect place to promote it from a free standpoint, from an organic standpoint. So you might ask me, well, how do I do this organic system here? How do I engage with people? Well, I do it using tools. I'll kind of share with you the website that I use here, Bots and Apps. I've been using it for years now, okay? The Instagram follow and follow tool is the first one you would want to start with. You can do it with Twitter as well. You just have to be a little bit more of an expert because Twitter is a political scene. It's not like Instagram. It's a little bit different. If you can target the right audience and you have the right product for Twitter, you're going to hit a home run. But most people are beginners, so I really would recommend you go with Instagram. And like I said, Instagram is tried and true. I've done this so many times. I remember I made a video showing people how you can do this with Redbubble, and I got my first sale and actually documented this on YouTube with a brand new store within less than 24 hours. I'll leave that link in the description if you guys want to see that video. You can go ahead and check it out. It will be called the Redbubble Instagram video. I'll leave that in the description. But that kind of showed how I got my very first sale on Redbubble for a brand new store. Not my first sale like in my life, but my first sale on Redbubble publicly on a public store that I showed everybody for demo purposes on this YouTube channel. So I wanted to share that. And the reason why I want to share that is because this creates sales every single day, like clockwork. It's just a matter of applying it and doing it. Every single day you got to wake up, you got to use the bot, you got to use the system, all these kind of stuff. I have other videos that can show you how to use the bot and things like that. I just don't feel like showing it now. But this is a whiteboard video, so I'm just purely explaining the system. But you become more successful with the system the more accounts you're running and the better targeting you have. And I'll explain. If you have 4 accounts running, right, 4 Instagram accounts running, and you're doing this, you're doing a really good job. But here's the thing. Hard work and smart work are not the same thing. Hard work is great. I really all am for hard work. I'm a hardworking man. I love hard work. But if I create, let's say, an Instagram animal account, and I go target people who are not into animals. Let's say, I don't know. I don't know who's not into animals. But let's say I target a completely different... Let's say I target a bunch of Britney Spears fans. Am I really going to get a bunch of followers? The answer is no. And followers are a barometer that indicate how much the audience likes your content. That's what the followers do. So if I'm going to Britney Spears fans and I'm targeting them on my animals account, let's just say out of every 100 people I follow, I get 21 followers back. Great. Now I know 21% are interested in what I have to offer. But if I go to another animals account separate from mine, but like a different animals account that supports animals and pictures of animals and all that, and I get 54 followers, then that indicates to me I should go with the animals account as my target. Does that make sense? So picking the right target is super important, and it will multiply your efforts. And then when you stack that up with doing it on multiple Instagram accounts, then you're even multiplying your efforts even further. It's insane how effective it could be. So it's not a matter of if it works, it's a matter of will you work it to work. Does that make sense? The system does work. You just have to be consistent. And it's crazy how effective it actually is. So that's all I got to say for now. Now, some people might say, well, why don't you just do this over Instagram advertising? Instagram advertising is great. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not, especially cold ads. But guess what? They're expensive. And when you're a brand new business, you might not be able to afford a $4 cost per click. You just might not be able to. If I want to get 100 visitors with a $4 cost per click to my website, guess how much I'm going to pay? $400. I can get a 400 visits in less than, let's say, 4 days with my brand new Instagram account with no followers using the bot for free. I just have to pay the cost of the bot, which in this case is $19.99, for example. So it's not a matter of, will it work? It's a matter of decreasing the cost of the traffic acquisition. If we know that traffic makes us money, how can we decrease the cost of acquiring traffic? And that's exactly how I do it. So I figured I'd share this video because why not? It's another way to make passive income. I've been doing it. I can't show my actual store here. That wouldn't make any sense. But I do have other videos where I did publicly show the system. And I'll leave that video in the link in the description for the Redbubble example. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Thank you for watching and peace out. Bye.